Hello everyone, welcome to my video on an important Python Tkinter project. In this video we will write a Python program for Airlines Management System and we will use MySQL database to manipulate our data. So first you have to install and set up MySQL database with MySQL workbench. Okay, so first we have to open MySQL workbench. So this is MySQL workbench and it will be opened after a small while and then we will able to open it. Okay, so now here you have to click on this local instance MySQL. So next you have to provide your code or password if you are using. So my password I have entered it, and next, so first you have to create your database. For this you have to execute a query. Okay, create database. So create database and you can give any name to your database like db and others. Okay, but I have created database already, so I will connect with that created database. Okay, otherwise you will write this query and then you will execute it. So I will click on this option database and then connect to database. Okay, so I have a database with name rec or record. Okay, so here I will click OK, and next, here you can create your table inside your record database. Okay, so I will create table by using create table. Okay, so airline. Okay, this is table name. You can use any other name instead of this airline. Okay, so create table airline, and now we have to create some columns inside this table. So first is our flight number. Okay, sorry, flight number, and its type should integer. You can use integer or string. Okay, you can use any of data type according to your need or requirements. So I will use int. And next, now I have to define the size. So I will give value 8 or 5. Okay, 5. So this is size and this is type, integer type, and this is column name, flight number. Okay, so now departure, departure, and its type should varchar. And next I have to define the size, so I will give value 15. And next, destination, this is column name destination, and then I have to provide type, that is varchar. Okay, varchar, and then I have to define the size, so I will use 15. And next I have to add one more column. Okay, for rent or ticket amount. So here I will use amount. Okay, and its type should int, and I will define the size 8. Okay, you can use according to your requirement. And now I have to execute this query to create a table. So I will click this execute button, and now our table is created successfully. So next I have to insert some values in our table. So first I have to use insert query. Okay, insert into airline. So airline is our table name, and here you can see this is an error. It is because of non usage of this semicolon. Okay, so now airline, insert into airline, and now I have to define column names. So here I will use flight number, flight number, next departure, destination, and amount. Okay, so these are some columns, and we have to insert values in these columns. So here I will define values, and now I have to insert values. Okay, so first I will add flight number 101, and then here I have to define departure. Okay, so from UAE, okay, to here I will use UAE is departure and destination is USA. Okay, and amount for this flight or this ticket of this flight should 20,000. Okay, 20,000. I will use semicolon and I will select this query, and now I have to execute it. Okay, now one row is inserted successfully. Now I will change the flight number 102. This is from UAE to Canada. Okay, Canada, and its amount is 30,000. I will select it and then I will execute the query. So one more row is added successfully. Now I will change flight number and it should from UAE to Norway. Okay, Norway, and then I will select this, but I should change amount. I will use 35,000. Okay, and now I will select it and then I will execute this query. Okay, now this row is also inserted in our table of database. Okay, so you can add multiple rows, but I think these three are enough for me, so I will minimize it, and now I will start writing Python code. So first you have to create any folder with any name and anywhere inside your computer, but I have already some folders, so I want to use them. Okay, so here this is a folder for Python projects. Okay, I will open it, and now here in the address bar I will type cmd to open command prompt. Okay, so this is our command prompt, and here I have to open our VS Code by using this command line code space dot. Okay, and after a small while here is our VS Code editor. Okay, so this is our code editor, and here you can see these are some files. Okay, these exist in our Python project folder, but we have to work with new file. So first we will create new file by clicking on this new file option. Okay, and here you have to provide name to your file. This is airline. Okay, airline.py. Py is extension for Python. I will click enter key and you can see airline.py file is created inside our Python project folder. Okay, so I will hide it and then I will start writing our code. So first I will start class with class keyword, and you can give any name to your class. I will use airline. Okay, and next I will use colon, and now I have to create or define constructor by using def keyword, and next I have to define constructor that is initiate. Okay, double underscore initiate, and then again double underscore, and here I have to pass two arguments. First is self, and other you can use any different name, but commonly we use root. Okay, so that's why I'm using root. Now I have to initialize this root, self dot root. Okay, I have to initialize it with this root. Okay, so next I have to create an object for this class. Okay, so here this is our root, and here I will access tk, I mean root window. Okay, tk dot tk. So here you can see this is an error because we have not imported our Tkinter. Okay, this will be used as an alias for Tkinter, but you can change it. Okay, so here I have to import Tkinter. So here import Tkinter. Okay, as tk. This is alias. You can use even tk instead of t instead of tk. Then you will use here T also. Okay, so you can see that our error was removed, but I will use Tk, and also here I will use Tk. And now I have to create object obj, and then so here I have to use our class name airline. Okay, and then I have to pass root as a parameter, and then I have to access main loop, root dot main loop. This main loop is used to handle all the events in our project. Okay, so now I have to set a title for my root window. So here I will use self dot root dot title. So here you can set any title. For example, I will set airline management. Okay, so now I will save it, and then I will execute it to show you output. So here you will able to see this is our output airline, but size of this root window is very small, so I want to set it full. So here you can see this is our title airlines management. Okay, so now its size is very small. I want to increase the size, or you can say I want to set it according to the size of our screen. Okay, so I will close it, and now I have to get size of our screen. So then we will able to set size of this root window according to the screen size. So here I have to get width and height of my device screen. Okay, so here I will use self dot. You can use any name for variable width, self dot width. Okay, so this is in fact a variable, and if you have not to use this variable inside different functions, then you do not need for this self. Then you can use only width or any other name, but I have to use this variable inside many functions. That's why I am using this self with this variable name. Okay, so now I have to get width of my screen. So how can I get it? I will use self dot root dot. Now I have to use w info. What is w info? It means widget information. Okay, it returns us information of any specific widget. Now I have to define the name of widget whose information is required. So here I will use w info screen. Okay, screen width. So in this way, this function will return us width of our screen, and then we will assign this width or this value to this self dot width variable. Okay, and now we have to get height of our screen in the same way, self dot height. Okay, and then self dot root dot w info underscore screen height. Okay, now we have to get height of our screen. Now we have height and width of our screen, and now we have to set the size of root window according to this width and height. Okay, so how can we set the size according to the screen size? Here we have to use self dot root dot geometry. Okay, geometry. So now we have to use formatted string. So what is usage of this formatted string? In fact, this formatted string is used to carry both string and variable value. Okay, so here I have to use variable that contains width of our screen, and that is self dot width. Okay, this is the variable that contains width of our screen. That's why I am using this variable. So when you are going to use any variable inside your formatted string, then you have to use this pair of curly braces. Okay, then you can use variable, otherwise it will be considered as a string. Okay, now here I have used x. Now this x is string, so in fact this is cross. Okay, or multiply sign, and then I have to use other widget, sorry, variable that contains height, self dot height. Okay, and now we have to start from first row. Okay, and first column. That's why I'm using plus 1 plus 0 for first index of row, okay, I mean first row, and then plus 0 for column number, okay. So now I want to save it and then I will execute it to show you output. Now you can see the size of this root window is according to the size of our screen. Now I will close it and next we will start writing next code. Now I have to set a label for title. So here I will use title label, okay, and here I have to use tk dot, we have to use tk because we have to access a widget from tkinter, okay. So tk dot, now we are using this tk as an object that will be used as a uh, as to access any widget from tkinter. So now I have to access label widget from tkinter, okay. So now I have to set this label inside our root window. So here I will use self.root, and next I have to define text, okay. So this is text property, and then I have to use any text for title or title label. So I will set here airlines, okay, airlines management system, sorry, system. So this is our text. Now I have to set background color by using busy property, and I will use background color as a you can use any, for example I will use light green, okay. And then I will use here another property, that is border, okay. bd property I will give value 3, and then I have to choose a style for border by using relief property, and I will choose group, okay. You can use any other value for relief property. And next I have to set font style by using font property, and I have to pass values in tuple. When you are going to pass multiple values for a single property, then you have to pass those values in a tuple. So here I have to define family, okay. This is area, this is font family, and then I have to set size of fonts 50, and I will set them bold, okay. And next I have to set the position of this label. So here I will use title label dot pack method, okay. This will pack it in any specific position. For example, you want to set it in bottom, top, left or right side, then you can do this by using this pack method, okay. So title label dot pack, and now you have to choose the side. So I will use side property, and then I will set it in the top, okay. So now I will save it and then I will execute it to show you output. So this is Airlines Management System, but you can see that it is not filled horizontally. Now I want to fill this color horizontally. So I will close this and I will close it too. And then here I have to use an other property, that is fill. Okay. Now I have to fill it horizontally. So I will use X. Okay. I mean in X axis. Now it will be filled. So I will go to next line. So here I have to create a frame. In fact, we have to create two frames, but first we will create first frame, that is our main frame. So here I will use main frame, okay. Sorry, here I have to use assignment operator, main frame and tk dot frame. We will access frame widget from tkinter, okay. And now we have to create this frame inside our self dot root, okay, in root window. And then we have to set background color bg, and now we have to set any background color. I will use light blue, sorry, sky blue, okay, sky blue. And then I have to set border size bd, and I will give value 4. And now I will choose relief property, and then I will assign value. Here you can use any of them. I will use readage, okay. So this is our frame, okay, our main frame. Now I have to set the position of this frame too. So now I have to use main frame dot place. Place method is also used to set a position of any widget in a window or in any frame. Okay, so here I will use a place method, and then I have to set x position, I mean padding for x axis. So I will give value 20, okay, and then I will use y, and I will give value 100, okay, sorry, 100. And now we have to define width and height of this frame, okay. So here we have to set it dynamically, not statically, okay. So how can we do this? I have to use width property, okay. So it will be used to set width of this main frame, okay. So now I have to set this width half of total width of our screen. So here we have total width in our this self dot width variable. So I will use it here, self dot width, okay. And now we have to get half of this total width. So I will divide it by 2. In this way we will get a half width of our screen. I will save it, and then I will execute the project. And here, where is our output? I think I have some mistake. Yes, of course, I have a mistake because I have to set height also. Okay, so here I have to use height property, and now we have total height of our screen in this variable. Okay, so I will use it, and I will use it inside this place method, and now we have to get uh, 200 less than total height, okay. So here I will use total height minus 200 or 180. I will set 180. Now we are getting 180 pixel less than total height of our screen, okay. So I will save it, and now I will execute it. Now you can see this is our main frame, okay. So it is half of our screen width, okay, and its height is 100 180 pixel less than total height of this screen, okay. So I will close it. Now I think I should decrease width of this frame. So here I will divide this total width with 3, okay. Now I will save it, and now I will execute it once again, and then you can see now this is output. So I think this is perfect, okay. This is perfect size, width and height of this frame. So here we have to create some input fields and labels and button, okay. I will close it, and next I will close it too, okay. And here I will go to next line. So here first I have to create a label. So I will type, so this is our label to get flight number, okay. So here flight number label, okay, flight number label, and then I will create new label. So tk dot label, and next I have to create this label inside our mainframe. So here I will use mainframe, and next I have to set text, okay. So I will set text, enter flight number or simple flight number, and next I have to change background color. So here I will use bg color, and now I will use same background color as background color of this mainframe, okay. So here I will use sky blue, and then I will use here border. I think border is not necessary. Here I will use font style by using font property, and here I will pass values in a tuple. So here first I will use font family Arial, and then size 15, and then I will go to next. Okay, so this is text, and then background color, font style. So I will go next line, and here I will use grid layout, F number. Okay, F number label, I mean flight number label, and here I have to use grid layout. Okay, grid, it is used to define row number, column number, paddings, and others. So here I will use row, I will use first row and first column for this label. Okay, and then I will use padding, pad X, I will give value 10, and for pad Y I will give value 20 or 30. Okay, here I will use 30. So now I will save it, and then I will execute to show you output. So then you will able to see output here. So this is flight number. Okay, now here we have to get entry field to get information about flight number from user. Okay, so here I will close it, and also I will close the terminal, and I will go to next line. So here I have to get flight number from user. So I will use self, because I have to use this variable anywhere in other column. Okay, sorry, in other function. That's why I'm using self. Okay, to access it in other functions, and then f number label. Okay, so now I have to create a new input field. So tk dot entry, this is the widget that is used to get value from user. Okay, so now we have to create it inside mainframe, and then I have to set its border bd property, and I will give value 2. Okay, and then I have to set its width, I will use width, and I will give value 18. Okay, so this is border width, and here I have to use font property, and I will use Arial, as you know I use it, and next I will give 15, and I will not set it bold. Okay, so next I will go to next line, and here I have to use self dot fn, sorry, this is f number label, not label, this is flight number in. Okay, so here I will use in, f number in. Okay, dot grid, here I have to use grid layout. I will set it in first row but in second column, because in first column we have our label, so that's why I will use second column to adjust or print this entry widget. Okay, and then this is row number, column number, padding. Okay, pad x 10, and pad y, sorry, 10, and pad y I will give value 30. Okay, and now I will save it, and then I will execute it. Now you can see this is flight number, and this is our input field. Okay, so I will close it. Now in the same way I have to get user information like name of user and identification of user. Okay, so I will go to next line here, and then I will use, this was flight number label. Now we have to get a name of user. Okay, so name label, and here I will create tk dot label. Okay, and now I will use all these things in this label too. Okay, I will copy it, and then I will paste it inside this label widget. Okay, and I will change this text value. Okay, so and name, now we have to get name, so your name. Okay, and next I have to use grid layout. So here I will use name label. Okay, and then dot grid, and then now I have to change row number. Okay, so here we will use second row. Okay, so row 1 and column 0, I mean second row and first column. So this label will be created in second row and first column. Okay, or you can say in first column of second row. And then we have to create input field self dot name, sorry, name in. Okay, and now we have to create entry widget tk dot entry. And next I have to copy all these things and then I will paste them inside this input field or entry widget, and I will paste them here. Okay, so I will go to next line, and here I have to set its layout. Okay, and we will use self dot name in. We will use grid layout. Okay, dot grid, and here I will use row number. Now we will use second row and second column. Okay, and then padding pad x. So here I will use 10. Okay, pad y 30. So sorry, here I have to use padding also. So here I will use pad x 10 and pad y. Here I will use 30. Okay, 30. So we have created two labels with input fields. Now we have to create one more label. Okay, so here I will use ID label. Okay, ID label, and then we will create one more label pk dot label, and then we will copy all these things, I mean properties with their values, and then I will paste them inside entry widget. Okay, and only I will change this name. Okay, your name, and here I will use your CNIC or your ID. Okay, and next, or here I can say also passport number. So I should write this passport number, and then I will go to next line, and here I have to use ID label dot grid. Okay, and now I have to create it in third row. So here I will use row property and I will give value 2. So this is third row and first column of third row, and then I will use pad x and I will give value 10, and pad y, here I will give value 30. I will go to next line. Okay, and here I will use id in self dot id in, and here I will create widget entry. Okay, this is entry, and here I will copy all these things from here. Okay, and then I will paste them here. Okay, and then I will go to next line, and here I will use self dot id in dot grid. Okay, because we have to use grid layout, and then here we have to use row number second third row number. Okay, row number, here I will give value 2, and then I will use column. Okay, and here I will give value 1 because we have to create it in second column. Next I have to set padding pad x 10 and pad y 30. Okay, so next we have to create one button inside this mainframe. So here I will create button. Okay, so this is OK button. OK button, and then here we have to create a button pk dot button, and then we have to create it in our mainframe. Okay, and we have to set a text. So here I will set text OK, and then sorry OK, and then I have to set color for this button by using bg property, and here I will use light gray or only gray, and then here I will use bd property and I will give value 2. Okay, and then I will use font family, and here I will style Arial, and then here I will use 20. Okay, and then I will set it bold, and here I will use width property, and I will give value 20. Okay, so here I have to use grid layout. Okay, button dot grid, and here I have to choose row. So here we have to choose fourth row and first column. Okay, first column, and here I will use pad X. I will give value 20, and for pad Y I will give value 30. Okay, and now we will save it, and then we have to execute it to show you output. So here you can see this is flight number, your name, and passport number. So these are our labels, but our entry fields are out of the frame. Okay, so this is because of large size of this button, because now this is size of our first column, and then second column is started. So second column is out of the frame because of long length of this OK button. Okay, so now we have to use column span property to merge two columns for this button, then everything will be in their places. Okay, so I will close it, and I will close it also. Now I have to use column span. Okay, column span, and we will merge two columns, and we have to increase this padding. Okay, and now I will save it, and then I will execute it once again to show you output. Now you can see this is flight number. Okay, and everything is in their places, and here passport number, and this is our OK button. Okay, now I want to increase pad y, value of pad y. Okay, so here I will give value 50. So now this is completed. Now we have to show all available flights in a list. So here we will create one more frame. Okay, so this will our list frame. Okay, so this is our list frame, and we will go to next line to create this list frame. Okay, list, so frame. Okay, and we have to create new frame, tk dot frame. Okay, so here we have to use frame, and we will create this frame inside our main root. Okay, sorry, here I have to use pair of parentheses, and here we have to create it inside our root. Okay, and then here we have to set background color. Okay, by using bg property, and we will give value light green, or you can also use light gray. Okay, and then here I have to use a border bd property, and I will give value 3, and then I will choose border style by using bd property, sorry, relief property. Okay, and then I have to give value, I will use sunk in. Okay, or I can also use any other, for example ridge. Okay, next I have to define size by using place method. So here I will use list frame. Okay, I will choose this list frame dot grid, sorry, here I have to use place. Okay, and then I have to define width. Okay, so now we have to create a frame whose width should half of total size of our screen. Okay, so we have uh, total width of our screen in variable, that is self dot width. Okay, and we will divide it with 2, and then I will go to next line, sorry, next column, and here I have to set its height. Okay, so here I will use height. Self dot height is the variable that contains height of our screen, and then I will decrease it by 180 pixels. Okay, and then I will use x. Okay, padding. So this is x-axis padding, and here I will give value uh, 50. Okay, and for y I will give value 100. Okay, So this is our sorry, here I have to use some more padding, okay, because I have to set this frame after our main frame, okay. So here first I will get height sorry width of our main frame, okay. So here you can see where is our main frame. So this is width of our main frame, okay. So I will copy this. This was width of our main frame, and then I will paste this width of our mainframe here, okay. And now I will add some pixels, some more pixels with this, because I have to set a gap between two frames, okay. So here I will add 50, okay, and then I will save it with Control plus S, and then I will execute it. And now you can see this is our next frame, okay. That is our uh, list frame, okay. So I think I should increase padding for x-axis of this first main frame, okay. Then it will be set uh, in the center of our root window, okay. So I will close it, and I will close it also, and then I will increase padding for our first frame. So here I will set 80, okay, and then I will save and execute. So now here you can see. So now I should increase value of this padding to create a gap between them, okay. So I will close this, and also I will close this, and now here I will set, here I will was using 50. So here I will add some more pixels. For example, I have to set 110, okay. Now I will save and execute it. So now this is our output. I think this is perfect, okay. So now we have to create a list box inside this list frame, okay. This is first our main frame, and second is our list frame, okay. So I will close it, and I will close it too, and then I have to create a list box, okay. I will go to next line, and here I will use self dot list, okay, because we have to use this list in different functions. That's why I am using self with this variable, okay. So here I have to create list pk dot list box, okay. We have to create this list box inside our list frame, okay. I have to choose this list frame, and then I have to set its width. I will use width property, okay. And here I will use width. So width means that you can add these characters in one line, okay. So I will add 80 characters in one line, and we will add total 50 lines, okay. So here I will use height property, and here I will give value 50. So here width means total characters in one line, and here height means that total lines in this list box, okay. And then I have to set bg property for background color, and here I will use gray, okay, gray. And here I will use also, this was background color, sorry, background color, and then I have to use bd property, okay. And I will give value 3, and then I will use a relief property to set border style, and here I will use sunken. And next I have to go to next line, okay. To set its position I will use self dot grid, okay, sorry, self dot list dot grid, and I have to create this in second row, okay, row 1 and column 0, okay, and first column of second row, because in first column we have to set a label, okay. So we have to set padding. So here I will use pad x, and I will give value 20, and then I will use pad y, and I will give value 30, okay. So now I have to create a label. So here I will set a label here. Okay, and then I will use here label. This is list label. Okay, list label, and then I have to create label tk dot label, and we will create this label in our list frame. Okay, sorry, list frame. Okay, and then we will set a text. So here I will set text uh, available flights. Okay, flights, available flights, and then here I have to use background color. So I will use bg property. Okay, and then I will use same background color as background color of our list frame, that is light gray. Okay, light gray, and then I have to set its font style. So here I will use font property, and then here I will use Arial. Okay, Arial, I will set size 30, and then I will set it bold. Okay, so this is our first label. Okay, and now we have to set its layout. So here I will use list label dot grid, and then I have to set first row number and first column. Okay, and then I have to set padding, pad x 20 or 10. Okay, or I can say 20, and pad y. Also here I have to use pad y. I will use pad y 20. Okay, so now I will save it, and then I will execute the project, and here you can see output. So here I have to increase width of this list box, and then I have to decrease height of this list box. Okay, so here I will increase width. Okay, so here I will set 90, and then I will decrease height. Okay, so here I will define 35, and then I will save it, and now I will execute it. So now still I have to increase width and decrease height. So here I will add 2 or 3 more characters. Okay, so here I will add 3, and here I will use 25, and I will save it, and now I will execute it. So still I have to increase some characters and then decrease one row. Okay, so I will close it, and now I will close it too. So here I will add 96, and here I will use 24. Okay, now I will save, and then I will execute. So now this list is perfect. Okay, so here we have to show all available flights. Okay, so I will close it, and I will go back to our code here. So now we have to define a function. Okay, by using def keyword, define function. So we have to show available flights. Okay, show flight. This is function. I have to use self as a parameter, and here I have to create connection with database to retrieve data from database. Okay, so now I have to define connection con. Okay, and then I will use py mysql. Okay, py mysql. So here you can see an error. It is because of non-importing py mysql. So here we have to import it. Okay, so import py mysql. Okay, so now you can see our error is removed. Okay, so I hope you have installed mysql, and once you have installed your mysql in your device, then you have to open terminal. Okay, so here you will open terminal, new terminal, and here you have to run a command, pip. Okay, install py mysql. Then you will click enter key, and then PyMySQL will be installed with your Python. Okay, so I will close it because I have installed it already. So PyMySQL and then dot connect. Here I have to use connect method. Then I have to pass some parameters. First is host, and now I have to provide our host. Okay, so by default your and my host is local host, and then I have to use user, and our user is root. Okay, and next I have to define password. Our password is admin, and next I have to use one more parameter, that is uh, database. Okay, database, and here I have to define name of database, that is record. Okay, so next I have to access cursor. So here I will declare variable and then con dot cursor. Okay, so here we are getting cursor and assigning it to this variable. Okay, so next we have to execute our query. Okay, so query is select, okay, sorry, cursor dot execute. Okay, so here we have to execute our query. Select all, or we can yes, select all from airline. Okay, select all from airline, and then we have to uh, set these airlines, all available airlines in our list box. Okay, so here I have to get all lines or rows in a variable. Okay, so here I have to declare a variable. I am declaring it with a name data. You can use different name. So next I have to fetch all the rows. Okay, so cursor dot fetch all. Okay, so next I have to print all these rows in our list box. So I have to use for loop. Okay, so for, and then I have to use I in. So I is our local variable in our for loop. Okay, in data. So all data will be assigned to this I, or I can say all size. Okay, if data, there are 10 rows in our data, then value of I will be 10. Okay, so next we have to insert all values in our list box. But first, if we have any value or data in our list box, then we have to clear it. Okay, so self, okay, self dot list. Okay, dot, so here we have to delete. Okay, delete from first index to last. So this 0 is for first and tk dot end is for last. Okay, so I mean all data in our list will be deleted, and then we will insert new data. Okay, so here I will use self dot insert. Okay, sorry, list. Okay, self dot list dot insert. Here I have to use insert, and then we have to get existing value. So here I will use tk dot end. So if any value exists, or we are inserting first row, then we have to insert in second row. Then it will check that anywhere row exists, then it will insert a new value after existing row. Okay, so here I will use I, and then I will go to next line, and here I will close the cursor. Okay, so here I will close cursor, cursor dot close. Okay, and then connection dot close. So now I have to call this show flight function here. Okay, so now I will call this function here, self dot show flight, and then parenthesis, and I will save it, and now I will execute it. And then here you can see these are available flights. Okay, but I have to change font color and font size. So I will close it and I will close it too. So where is our list box? Here I have to use font property, okay, and I have to pass values in a tuple, and here I will use Arial, and then I will set 20 size, and then I will set them bold, okay, and then I have to use FG for foreground, I mean font color, okay. So here I will leave white, okay, white, and then I will save it, and now I will execute them once again. But here I have an error. What is error? Sorry, I have to use this font property in our list box, and we have added it in our list label, okay. So I will cut it and then I will paste it right here, okay, and then I will save it, and now I will execute it once again, and now you can see this is our output. But now we have to decrease width and height because now characters are large and we cannot add 96 characters in line because now size of these characters is very large. So I will close this, and also I will close this, and now I have to decrease width and height of this list, okay. So here I have replaced uh, 39 with uh, 96, okay, and then here I have replaced this lines were 24, and we have replaced 24 with 12, okay, and also we were using here foreground property, so I have to change it also. So where is our foreground for label? So this is foreground. I will cut it from here, and now I will paste it right here, okay. So now we have 39 characters in a line, and we have total 12 lines in our list box. So I will save it and I will execute. So this is output. Now this output is perfect, okay. So this is our list with white font color and with gray background color, and its width is 39 and height is 12, okay. So here we have to get flight number, and then we have to calculate a bill according to price or amount of ticket, okay. And then here we have to get name, okay, and then we have to get passport number, then we will click ok, okay, and then we have to print a bill using message box. So I will close it, and then I will also close this. So now I have to define one more function with def keyword, okay. Here I will use def keyword, next line, okay, def, and here I have to calculate a bill, okay. So I can say this is a bill, okay. You can set any name, and then bill and self, okay. So here I will go to next line. I am not satisfied with bill name, okay. So here reserve, because we have to reserve seat, okay, reserve function, okay. I will go to next line, and here we have to get flight number from user, okay, and then we have to get a name and ID from user. So here I will declare some variables, okay, flight, sorry, flight only f, okay, and then I will, this is our f variable, and we have to get flight number, and as you know that flight number was integer type, okay. But here this entry widget return us value in string type. So first we have to convert it into integer. So here we have to call int function, okay, then we have to use self dot, and here we have to define the name of variable that contains flight number. This is f number in. Okay, self dot f number in dot get. Okay, so here we are getting flight number from user by using entry widget. Okay, then we are converting it into integer, and then we are assigning it to this f variable. Okay, so in the same way we have to get name of user. Okay, so here name, and then I have to get name, but we do not need to convert it into integer because we have to get it in string type. Okay, so self dot name in dot get. Okay, so next we have to get id or passport number. Okay, p number, passport number, and self dot so id number. Okay, id in dot get. Okay, so in this way we are getting values from our input fields, and then we are assigning them to these variables. Okay, so now here we have to connect with database once again to retrieve amount of that flight number. Okay, so here I have to connect with database, so I will use same name. Even I can copy this code from here. Okay, so here I will copy this code. Okay, I will copy it, and then I will paste it right here. Okay, after a line, and here I will paste it. Okay, and then I have to execute query, so I will use a query. Okay, query, and here I will use formatted string, and as I have told you that formatted string can contain or carry variables value and string. Okay, so here I have to use select. Okay, amount, select amount, and then I have also select available seats because we have to check that seats are available or not in this flight number. And I think we have not created a column for available seats. Okay, and we have not created it. So first we have to drop this created table. Okay, so I will use drop. Sorry, here I have to use semicolon. Okay, and then here I have to use drop table. Okay, and now we have to define table name, that is airline. Now I will select it, and then I will execute the query, and table is dropped successfully. Okay, so now we will create a new table, and now we have to add new column in it. Okay, so seats or available seats, you can use any name for this column. Okay, seats int, its type is int, and then we have to add size. Okay, so I will add 5. Okay, so now I think we are not using primary key. Here I should use primary key for flight number. Okay, primary key, and now I will select this query, and then I will execute it. Okay, so here I will select it, and then I have to select the whole line. Sorry, here I am selecting it, and then we will execute the query, and now we have created a new table successfully. Okay, and now we have to insert values in columns. Okay, now I will change here flight number, and then I have to add available seats. Okay, so here I will give value only 3 for first. Okay, because we have to check condition if all seats are reserved, then we have to print message that no seat is available. That's why I am adding minimum seats in first flight number. Okay, but now I will change. So here I think, okay, now I have to select this query, and then I will execute it. Okay, in this way this flight number 101, departure from UAE and destination to Norway, and amount for ticket is 35,000 and available seats are 3. Okay, so I will execute it, and here I think we have some problem. So airline flight number, departure, error code, column count does not match value. So what is problem? Yes, this is error, because here we have to define column name, that is new created column name, and this is our sorry, I have to see, this is seats. Okay, or available seats. Okay, now we will select this query once again, and then we will execute it, and now operation is successful, and in this way we have inserted one row in our table. Now I will change flight number. Okay, this is from UAE to USA, sorry, USA, and then I have to change amount for ticket. Okay, and now I have to change available seats. I have to add 30 seats. Okay, and then I will select it, and then I will execute it. Okay, so now this row is also inserted. So now I will add one more row. Okay, flight number 103. This is from USA to, here I will add Canada. Okay, and there I will use 20,000. Okay, and then 40 seats are available, and here I will select it, and then I will execute it. Okay, so now these three rows are inserted in our database. Okay, so here we have to select amount and then seats. Okay, amount and seats from airline, this is table name. Okay, where, now we have to use where clause to filter flight numbers. Okay, so now here we have to define flight number is equal, so we have to match it with user entered flight number that exists in our f variable. Okay, so when you are going to use variable in formatted string, then you have to use pair of curly braces. Okay, so now this is our query, and we have to execute it. Cursor dot execute. Okay, and then we have to execute this query. Okay, so next I have to calculate bill, and we have to update seats column in our table. Okay, so next I will go to next line. After execution of this query, I have to fetch this line. Okay, so here we have to fetch a row. So here I am declaring variable with name row. Okay, so here I have to use cursor dot fetch 1. Okay, and then I will go to next line, and here I have to check a condition that if available, seats are available or seats are greater than 0. Okay, then so here I will use if. Okay, and here I have to use, because seats are in second index. Okay, in first index we have amount, and in second index we have seats. Okay, so here I have to use if row, sorry, first index of row, sorry, second index, because we have seats in second index. Okay, so if second index of a row is greater than 0. Okay, so then we can reserve a seat for user. Okay, so then here I will use line. Okay, and I will use formatted string, and here I have to print message that seat, okay, seat reserved in flight number. Okay, here I have to define flight number. Okay, so here we have to print flight number, and that was gotten from user, and here I will use f. Okay, so seat reserved in flight number, here we will print flight number. Okay, for now we have to print name of user, okay, or customer. So for here I have to print Mr. okay, or Mr. or Mrs. And then I will use dot, and here we have to get name, okay. So it is in name variable, here you can see. And then with passport number, okay, with passport, sorry, passport number, okay. And here we have to print passport number. So I will use pair of curly braces, and here we have passport number in p number variable, okay. Here we can also break line, okay. So here I will use n, okay, and I will go to next line, and I have to print message by using q message box, okay. Sorry, not q message box, here is message box only, okay. But first we have to import it. So here I will import it. So import, okay, sorry, from Tkinter, because we have to import it from Tkinter, okay. From Tkinter, import message box, okay. Now we can use message box. So here I will use a message box, okay. So sorry, here I will use message box tk dot message box dot show info, okay. And then we will set a title, that is success, okay. And then we will use here variable, that is line variable, okay. So that contains a string with variable values, okay. So this message will be printed, but first we have to perform some calculations, okay. And then uh, we have to print bill also, okay. So here we have to update column number, okay. Sorry, yes, column name, that is seats column, because we have multiple seats, but when someone is reserving a seat, then we have to decrease one seat from total available seats in our seats column in database, okay. So here I will use update variable, okay. Here I am declaring update variable, and now we have to get available seats, okay, that exist in our row, second index of row, and we will decrease one from this, okay. And now we have to update the query, sorry, we have to update the table by using query. So here I have to type a query, okay, query 2. This is new variable, and I will use formatted string, okay. So here I will use update, okay, update airline table and set seats, okay. And then we have to set seats, and here we have total seats in our update variable. So here I will use pair of curly braces, and then I will use update, okay. So then where I will use where clause, where the flight number is equal, and we have to use the flight number that was gotten from user, okay. So here I will use f, and now I have to execute this query, okay. So here I have to execute it by using cursor dot execute, and here I will use query 2, and in this way we will able to execute this query, okay. And then so here we have to handle error, okay. It means that if we have no any seats or available seat, then we have to use else, okay. I have to go to next line, tk dot message box, okay, message box dot show error, okay. Now we have to show error. So here we will print error, okay, that all seats are reserved, okay, all seats are reserved. So or you can print that no seat available. Okay, so now we are dealing with error that will appear when no seat is available. But what will happen if we have any error from database? So we should use here try and accept block. Okay, so I will select all this first. Okay, I will select all this. Okay, here. Okay, and then I will make a tab gap, and then here I will use try. Okay, here I will use try, and then here I will use catch, or sorry, accept. Okay, accept exception. Okay, as e, and now we have to accept exception, and then we have to print this exception by using message box. Okay, so here we will use tk dot message box. Okay, message, sorry, box dot show error, and then we will set title error. Okay, and now I have to print error. So here I should use formatted string. Okay, because we have to carry variable value in it. So here I will use error. Okay, so now I have to print error that exists in our E. Okay, so this is E that will catch error. Okay, so if we have any error from database or from anywhere else, then we can handle it by using this trick. Okay, otherwise if we have not available seats, then this message will be printed, and here we should also print total amount. Okay, for this ticket. So where were we using this query, sorry, not query, this formatted string. Okay, so here seats, seat reserved in flight number, and then flight number will be appeared for Mr. or Mrs. Then name will be appeared uh, with passport number. Okay, so here next uh, we will printing passport number also, and in this line or in the same message box we have to print total amount also. Okay, seat reserved for. Okay, now we have to print total amount. So here we will use variable. Okay, and as you know we have amount in our first index. Here you can see when we are selecting amount first, then we have uh, amount in first index of row. Okay, here I have to use row and first index of row. Okay, and here we should use this line break here. Okay, for, sorry, here we will print amount in flight number. Okay, here we will use break, line break. Okay, and then I will save it. Sorry, but first we have to call this function. But earlier we have to close the connections. Okay, so here we have to close connection. Okay, after this message box we have to uh, close first cursor. Okay, cur dot close, and then we have to close connection dot close. Okay, so now we have to save it, but first we have to call this function, that is reserve function, when OK button will be clicked. Okay, so where is our OK button? This is our OK button, and here we will use command property, and here we will use self dot reserve. Okay, and then we will use comma. Now I will save it, and then I will execute it. So this is our output. These are our flights number, and these are departures, and these are our destinations, and then next is our amount per seat, and these are available seats. Okay, so now we have to reserve a seat. Okay, so here I have to use flight number 101 and then name John and passport ID 12345. Okay, and then I will click OK. So this is our output, but we have a problem that this backslash and n character is displaying here, but we have to break the line, but here line was not break, so this is because of this incorrect character. Okay, so I will close it and then I will close it also, but here you can see that our sheets are not updated, but in database our sheets were updated. I can show you. I will go to next line and here I will write query select all from airline. Okay, and I will select this and then I will execute it. So here also our sheets are 3 and we have updated, but it was not updated. I will minimize it and I will go back to our code and we'll see that what is the problem. I will close the terminal. Okay, and first here I will use n with slash. Okay, sorry. Okay, now line will be breaked. Okay, and then I have to see the reason that why our function was, sorry, our column was not updated. This is our query update airline set seats. Okay, and we are updating it with new value where flight number query is also correct, but here we have a problem. We have to commit it. Okay, so here I have to use cursor, sorry, con dot commit. Okay, we have to commit it. Okay, after calling this method, then we are able to commit the query. Okay, or in this way we can make any changes in our database. Okay, but if you are simple selecting or retrieving data, then you do not need for this commit method, but if you have to update or insert any new value, then you have to commit it. Okay, so here seats reserved, this is perfect. Okay, this all is perfect, and now we have to print these updated values in our list box. Okay, so here I will retrieve from database updated value 2. Okay, so here I will use a variable. Okay, but first I will use cursor dot. So here cursor dot execute. Now we have to execute new query. Okay, select. Okay, select all from airline. Okay, now we are in a reserve function. Okay, so if you are worried about that where we are in our reserve function. Okay, so next here we are getting all information. So select all from airline. Okay, then we have to fetch this. Okay, sorry, first rows, this is new variable. Okay, cursor dot fetch all. Okay, now we have to insert these values in our new list box. Okay, so here I have to call list box. Okay, so self dot list, this is our variable self dot list. Okay, then here we have to delete all in our this list from first index to last. Okay, tk dot end, and then we will insert new values by using for loop. Okay, for j and then in rows. So here I will use rows. Okay, and now we will insert all these values in our list. So here I will use self dot list dot insert. Okay, dot insert, and we will insert after existing value. Okay, tk dot end, and then here I will use j. Okay, and now I have closed this function, sorry, cursor and connection, but these are out of the body of our for loop. Okay, so this is for loop. I will provide a source code in description. Okay, so you can use link and then you can use this source code. So I will save it and then I will execute it once again. And now here we have to update it once again. So I will select flight number 101 and name Peter and passport number 12345. Okay, and then I will click OK. Now here you can see our line was break successfully. Seat reserved for 35,000 in flight number 101 for Mr. or Mrs. Peter with passport number 103 12345. Okay, I will click OK, and now here you can see now available seats are 2 because we have reserved 1 seat. Previous seats were 3 and now these are 2. Okay, now I will reserve one more seat in the same flight number. Okay, so here I will use flight number, sorry, name, any other name, John. Okay, and here passport ID, I will change it or you can use it also. Okay, and then I will click OK, and now we have reserved seat for Mr. John. Okay, now available seat is 1. Now you can see it is updating. Okay, now we will reserve one more seat for the same person. I will click OK, and now seats are 0. And now what will happen when if I try to reserve one more seat? I will click OK. So all seats are reserved. Now we cannot reserve any more seat in this flight number, but we can reserve in next flight number. So I can reserve it in next flight number. So I will click OK. Now seat is reserved in flight number 102. I will click OK. Now remaining or available seats are 29. Okay, so this was all about Airlines Management System using Python Tkinter. I hope this video will be very helpful and easy to understand for you. If you liked the video, then please share with your friends and class fellows.